long time. That's why. Oh, we're live.
We have gone live. And again, do you know what? We're looking at the screen now, and I'm guessing you can see what we can see. It looks pretty basic, but it looks really, really for me because I'm an idiot and I haven't really got much now in the way of technology. I'm not very techie. And the thing is that somehow I lost my feed regarding the chat. So only Viv can see the chat. I've got to try and sort it out, but I've got to go into a computer to do it. If I can prise the computer off of my boy, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I've got to go into the computer to then get back on there onto the chat. I don't know. I'll have to ask Hazel to do it because I'm technologically like that. But yes, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simply Spooky. I hope you all had a good week. Viv's sharing out the money. So if there's anybody out there in the world that can see me and hear me or see Viv, if you could just put it in the chat so that we know Viv can see it, and then she can say, yes, they can hear you loud and clear. And then that's good because we might be talking to nobody at the minute. We probably are, really.
There's two people in.
Excellent. Well, those two people that are in, hello. Please tell me who you are so that we know.
Or tell Dan to sod off and don't be so nosy.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do either way. I'm happy just as long as I know that we've got some sort of connection going. So this week we were meant to have a guest. We still might have a guest. We don't know what's happening at the moment. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful things going on.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I didn't remind him.
Oh, don't worry. It's all right. It's not a problem. Do these people need reminding? They should know, shouldn't they? When you're booked by us, you should be falling over yourself. To stay awake and to make sure that you, even if somebody kicks you, to tell you that you've got to be on with us. You know, it's a small price to pay, I would think. But anyway, these things happen, don't they? So we're just going to probably chat crap until maybe if our guest arrives, then we'll stop talking chat crap and then we'll listen to some serious stuff. Otherwise, we might even go into some serious stuff ourselves. Who knows what direction it's going to take tonight? Probably downwards, like most of our shows. But we're going to get there.
If it doesn't come on, Dan, we'll get him on another night. So it's not an issue.
Excellent. We can always get him back. He's a very nice man.
He is, yeah.
Lovely man. Very knowledgeable. Great to listen to. Has really, really good perspectives and ideas on the paranormal. And dare I say that it's taken me a long while, but I've kind of got around to the way independently thinking, well, he doesn't as Viv. We're both sort of going that direction now. So
I'll tell you a secret, Dan.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a secret. If I want to know anything, he's my go-to man.
He is. Oh, yeah, Nico. Hope you're doing well, bud.
Hello, Mr. Nico.
Gems. Oh, yes. Ice gems. I used to love them as a kid. Still like them now, really. Yes, he is a go-to guy, isn't he? He's the sort of guy that you want. Him or his not his partner. Yeah, I suppose partner in crime, really, who lives in Ireland.
Yeah.
He's another man that's good to go to. These guys seem to have their fingers on the pulse, and I think that they're probably more knowledgeable about what's going on than most. And it's amazing because, like us, they think outside the box.
Dan, I've got to make an admission. Sarah, if you're watching, apologies. I hadn't sent your thing out to you yet because it was buried under crap in this office, which I've now tidying up. And I found it. So I will get something in the post to you and it will come to you, I promise. I haven't got any signed pictures of Dan. We will get some.
Who wants one? Only to throw darts at.
Well, I think that's why she wants it. Just spit it and trample on it.
I don't blame her. Hazel's got one. She's got one of darts. She doesn't play darts, but she just bought one and a dartboard. I don't know why. Hiya, Robert. How you doing well, bud? We have still got a world, just about. I think we're just hanging in there, aren't we? We're just hanging in there by the skin of our teeth. But, you know, if shit hits the fan, it all goes pop. Who's going to know? I'm
moving to Russia.
Yeah, I'm going to Russia as well. We're all off to Russia. Seems to be the safest place at the moment.
I've got a question for you, Dan. I was thinking about this.
Yes.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Yeah, we are. Hope you're doing good too. Sorry, Viv, go on.
So while I was sorting out my crap in this room, like as you do, I come across some. I walked up Snowdon last year.
You did.
And
was that last year?
That was last September, yes.
That was this year. I thought that was earlier on this year.
So here's all the stuff I got to help me. It was to help me navigate which route I was taking and what to look out for. So the question popped into my head, and this was tonight, so don't all be shocked. Why is there not so many claims of ghostly sightings on mountainsides?
I think there are.
Or in our case, our mountains are hills.
Not as many, I don't think. There's certainly. I watch a lot of. I don't do it myself. I like to watch it. I sort of live vicariously for other people rather than do it myself. But I watch a lot of these people that go wild camping.
Yeah.
And they're 99.9% of them. I always check them out because a lot of them, if they've got more than one paranormal story related to their, if they've got like a succession of paranormal stories or events or things that have happened to them whilst they're out camping, I generally don't trust them. I think, oh right, so you're just doing this, you're churning it out for views and for likes and what have you. But there are quite occasionally there's one pops up and it's like, I didn't enjoy this. And I think, oh, okay, well, I know your track record. You don't do paranormal stuff. So if something's come up and it's frightened you, chances are you've had an experience. And there was one guy on a mountain, I can't think where it was, mountain, it was in Wales somewhere. We call them mountains, no, they're not really mountains over here, are they?
They're not mountains, they're hills, really.
They're hills, aren't they? Molehills, aren't they? Yeah, it was a bit of snow on top. But he did one, and he said that that there was stories about people had seen these soldiers walking down the hill and coming down the hill, and then apparently 300 people had seen it altogether because it becomes such an event that people camped out to watch it, not camped out, but got out in the evenings to watch it. And 300 people or 400 people, 3 or 4, I can't remember, it's 3, they'd experienced it all together. So it wasn't like a mass hallucination. Yeah, they'd seen, saw it. And he camped there and he said, well, I don't really give much credence to that. He went, I don't know, he said, because I haven't really got the answers, but I don't give much credence. And then he's walking around, and at night he's come, there's somebody standing next to my tent. And he puts his camera up and you can see a figure. You can see a figure there. Yeah. And as he walks closer to it, it just goes. It just goes. And he did get some sleep that night, but it was disturbed because he said he felt he couldn't get out of his head. It was freezing cold. It was a bit rainy. Not the sort of thing you'd expect to see. Imagine me, you and
Jay doing that in Wales. Jay'd shit himself.
Oh yeah, Jay would.
He'd be climbing into the sleeping bag with you, wouldn't he?
Well, Jay shit himself. Jay shits himself if he sees he's shattered, doesn't he? Really? He's like. I've never known such a wanker in my whole life.
Do you know what sparked it though? It was because you've reminded me. Let me just send the link to Jay in case he's watching. I thought about Mount Everest. And I was thinking that there's all these big queues to get up to to get up to. Why have I got all this? Oh, sorry guys. I'm just trying to get hold of Jay here, and it's all gone arse about face. There's queues to get up to the final part of the climb. You have to
they wait, don't they? They wait to go up to the top of it.
And these people that are queuing to do that are seeing what are they seeing? They're seeing the bodies of people that have already deceased because they can't get them down.
No, they're hanging there, aren't they?
This is what sparked my intrigue. Why is no one ever reporting seeing ghostly figures on Everest? You don't hear about that, do you?
No, I mean, I suppose I don't know. I suppose some people may have, but it's not. I suppose if you think about it in the sense that how many people go up Everest as to how many people walk around the normal streets and go into houses, then obviously there's a lot more people that go to normal houses and around the streets, so they're going to see things. Whereas there are quite a few, but still it's not a lot of people that go up to the top of Everest. And of course, some people might think, well, I've seen something, but it could be like oxygen deprivation.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm hallucinating because I'm not, but they might not be hallucinating. But they put it down to hallucination because that's what they think it is, lack of oxygen or whatever. But yeah, it could be that. It could be that, couldn't it? But yeah, you're right. I mean, because Everest has got lots of people hanging off of it, isn't it? It's that they couldn't get down. Hi, William.
Hope you're doing well, sir.
Yes, indeed. I hope you are. But yeah, I think that they might put that down to sort of oxygen deprivation, or thin air, and I don't know really. But it's interesting.
I mean, that would, to me, if I was a mountaineer climbing Everest and I saw, when the snow recedes, and you will see people that have passed because they can't get them down.
No,
that would really deeply disturb me, because they'll be in varying degrees of decomposition or not because of the ice. And that would play on my mind. I mean, if you're starved of oxygen anyway, I'd be seeing all sorts.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You start hallucinating, you start getting, was it called mountain fever or something, isn't it? Where your mind goes, I was just waving.
Hello, Mrs. Winters.
How are you?
How you doing? Hey, we're going to do a show with you and Andy.
Yes.
That's all right.
Talking about it from from the perspective of
the other halves.
Other halves, that what they think, because you and Andy are more like, me and Viv are like each other, and you and Andy are more like each other.
Right.
Like, that's all bollocks.
Dan, I'm not like you. I'm not as mental as you are.
Or as wide as me.
You're not, Viv. You're nothing like that.
I don't know about that.
No, she's right. Nobody's like me. I'm not right.
We're two mentals together, really, to be honest.
Is anyone watching this, or is it just you two?
No, they're on.
Yes.
I've lost the thing because I can't work it out. I might need you to find it and get it back for me.
I don't know how to do it.
I'm sure you have, but you've got more chance of doing it than I have.
How many people are watching, Viv?
The only success I had
we got
was
8. We've got 8.
Cool. 8 people.
Us 3.
Oh.
5 others.
Are you two like 2 of them?
Yeah, and you're the other one.
No.
I don't think I count because I'm watching it.
And we count John as well when he's up there, John the cat.
Yeah,
John.
Everest,
John.
It's every man for themselves. If the shit is the fact. Yeah.
All right, I'm going back downstairs again now.
See you later.
See you later. I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, it's true, Robert. It is true. Not sure the heck we are talking about anyway. Nor are we, William. It's the same every week, William. We haven't got. We just fumble through life.
We were talking about why mountaineers and people that climb mountains, whether they're small hills, as in the UK, or big mountains,
proper mountains.
Why are there not so many reports of seeing apparitions, ghosts, that sort of thing? I know there are reports of the UFO thing. A mountain seems to attract a UFO, especially in America.
Oh god, yeah. I do worry about them UFOs and lights that they see on the mountains because of the snow. I wonder if it's some sort of reflection that they're picking up on, or something like that. I mean, I don't know. It's just a guess, isn't it? But,
or is it an atmospheric thing? Like this is phenomena that happens with the clouds and the higher you are.
Yeah. Well, we've got the watchcourt one, haven't we? That people see when they're in the oceans, and people see it above the ocean as well. They see it like a city.
Yes.
But what it is it's a reflection of another city somewhere else, and it just ends up in the sky somehow. That's cool. That's what they tell us. Whether that's truth or not, we only know what they tell us that, and it's like anything, isn't it, to do with science. We work it on the basis of what we're being told. We haven't got a clue. Not being a physicist or a scientist, I wouldn't know. But
I know, William. We're bowled over. Oh dear.
It's quite odd, isn't it? But yeah, mountains. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in Switzerland and in German Alps and Swiss Alps and the Austrian Alps, Switzerland mainly. And the one thing, don't get me wrong, I think they're stunning. I don't mind going up on them in a cable car, but I don't see it's never really. I've never seen the interest in climbing one of the bloody things.
Do you know what? I did Snowdon. So the accomplishment when I finally got to summit, it was relief. The feeling that you have. I mean, honestly, my body went through all sorts of shit. I tortured my body.
That's a fairly small hill, isn't it? Really, compared to.
It's but the thing is, we took a route which wasn't just the easy one. So there was some climbing, some scrambling, as they call it. And then we had all seasons up there. We had sun, wind, rain, sleet, and then snow, and it was awful.
I know, it's phenomenal, and it's I don't know. I've never seen the go. I mean, don't get me wrong, going out for a walk over here and stuff. Elon's an alien. Who was that? I was too depressing about governments. It's all I agree, William. Do you know what I think? I think all governments are bastards. That's what I think.
Everyone that wants taxes paid.
I think they're all bastards. Really, I don't trust any of them. Any of them. Politics is a waste.
We're trying to steer away, so we'll talk about something else. Everybody is talking about what's going on in the press and in the media, and we're just going to steer away from it and try and talk about something else, whether it's a load of bollocks or just stuff to make you laugh or a few jokes or whatever. Take your mind off it for a little while, because it's constant
in the world, isn't there?
It is. It's constant. So
the thing to always remember, though, I always say, the thing to always remember is that 99.9% of people are decent.
Yeah.
Politicians are pricks. That's some 0.1%.
On a plus note, Dan and I were discussing, and I think we'll do it every couple of months because we need a couple of months to do the thing in the bits in between. We were thinking about having on these shows on a Wednesday. We were thinking about book club.
Oh yes.
Hi, Roger.
Hello, Roger. Howdy, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Oh, what's Kelly? I'll never believe anything in the news. Say, don't watch TV on distractions. Not watching you guys because you're not afraid to discuss anything. Yeah, even the thing about us though, Kelly, we discuss anything, but we don't know anything about anything.
Yeah. Are you ready? You're going to sing.
Oh, Chantel! I hope you're well. How are you doing, Chantel? I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you in the chat.
Yes.
How are you doing over here? We discuss anything, mostly over 18 stuff.
Oh, sorry. Let me go back. I was jumping. Hang on.
Yeah, it's playing up on it tonight. We discuss anything, mostly over 18 stuff, well before 9 p.m.
Yeah. Because we don't give a big
monkeys. Yeah, absolutely, Robert. Absolutely.
Where have you been, Roger?
Hiya, Roger.
We need some of Roger's. He's in Texas, isn't he?
Yes, I think he is.
We need some of that Texan sunshine.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Hope you're doing well.
If you watch it on replay at the beginning of the show, there is an apology to you, Sarah. So I haven't forgotten you.
What was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, I'm glad, Chantel.
She's glad. Happy now you're back, Dan.
All right over here. You doing all right over here?
How was your trip to Cardiff? She was going to Cardiff.
Oh, was she going to Cardiff?
She was sorting out some
crap was department. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, Kelly.
I love it.
Oh, it's Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky.
Oh, Hatfield and McCoy stomping grounds.
Oh,
they're still at it today, aren't they?
We just need today. Good weather to come over here and stay here.
Eastern Kentucky, but that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, you've had your summer then, haven't you? You've had your summer early.
Yeah.
Snow from now on.
Well, it's so cold in the morning, you don't know what to put on. You put on your layers, you go to work, you're sitting at work and it's boiling hot.
I know.
Because it's got the heaters on. And then you go outside and it's boiling hot. It's all messed up. So, right, Dan.
I was wearing sandals and an army hat today.
You didn't have your Jesus creepers on, did you?
I did, yeah.
As long as you didn't have your socks on with them.
I did, yeah. It's my side review thingy now. It's waiting goes on. So. Do you know what, Chantel? I'll get rid of Hazel. You marry me. You just come and stay there. There you go. Nothing else. Just marry me, and then you can get divorced when you've got your thing.
She won't marry you, Dan. You ain't got enough money.
I didn't say that it's a proper relationship.
Oh, right, okay. No.
She's
There's some
probably
good
more
stuff
into.
coming to you. Trust me.
She's South African anyway.
Sandals and socks.
Sandals
Don't
and
forget
socks.
the
It's the English way.
Don't forget the socks.
It's the British way. It's the British way, I should say. Come over to Aussie, but don't go to Melbourne. Even I would never go there. Do you know what? I'd love to go to Australia.
I'd love to go all over Australia.
Yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Australia. It looks like a
Do you
really
know
cool
what,
place.
Dan?
And South Africa looks cool.
Dan, I've been watching Prisoner, or Prisoner Cell Block H, as it's called over here.
I used to love that years ago.
I'm on episode 430 something now. But I've got to call you this because I just love that word. I've got to say, rack off, Dan, you drongo.
What, rack off? Rack off what?
Rack off. Just rack off, Dan.
I used to love prisons. Are they still? They finished making them in the 80s, didn't they?
Yeah. There's 695
There's a little thin
episodes.
woman in it, an old lady, wasn't there? A really
Lizzie
small, thin
Birdsworth.
lady. Who's it?
Lizzie Birdsworth.
Yes. She's in it still in that one. Well, obviously, if you watch the old episodes.
No, she's been released now. She's living with her son.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, so in it, she gets what she living with her son so far. I'm only on episode 433. So
My mum used to love a program in the 70s. It was a British one, Behind These Walls, about women's prison.
that's my next one.
That was quite good, if I remember rightly. I say it was quite good, but then I used to think Crossroads was good, and then I saw it the other day. My God, it's awful. Proper cook. It's only for you. It's only. Hi, Rita. It's only to get you. Was it green card? I don't know what it is over here. I used to like Neighbours. Yeah, it does look a beautiful place, Australia, doesn't it? There's some stunning areas out there.
That Guy Pearce did all right.
Oh, amazing.
Dan, Guy Pearce did all right out of Neighbours, didn't he? He's now a big Hollywood superstar.
He's done very well, yeah. A few of them haven't they?
I know.
Oh,
Hey,
bless you, Kelly.
Shall we have a trip down under?
That'd be good, wouldn't it? I'd like to go down.
No collecting animal species to bring back though.
Oh no, I've had a few Australian species over the years. I would love Australia. Just like... Oh yeah, they all go there, didn't they? Their South Africans go there. Oh, country practice. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I used to like that.
Right. So Dan,
what was the other one? Sons and Daughters. I quite like that. That was quite good.
So Dan, we're talking about this book club.
Yes, book club. Yes. Sorry.
So if people in the chat want to join in the book club, I think we'll do it the third week every other month, and we'll just talk about a book. You'll have to buy it online if you haven't got it already, but I know Dan's got this book, so I think we should start with this book.
Do you know what? That's probably one of my favourite books.
So it gives you time.
Joking. It's an amazing book.
So it gives you time to pick the book up and scan the pages to refresh your memory. And people in the chat, if you go on Amazon, if you haven't got this book already, and if you want to buy it on Amazon, it's pretty cheap to buy. It's not expensive. You can still get this on Amazon. And if you can't, if you contact us, we will give you the link to reach out to Callum Cooper, Dr. Cooper.
He's a nice chap.
He might be able to get some copies for you. But I've had this book.
They just released a fresh lot, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, this book, I think, would be ideal for our first book club.
It's a very good book. It's very interesting.
And there's no point in getting Jay on book club because he can't read.
No. Do you know what? I did on top of it, but seeing as there wasn't any, first Ladybird books, he wasn't really that bothered about it.
Janet and John.
He wanted to do one about the old man the turnip. I have no idea what he was going on about. I have no idea, I have no idea what he's banging on about. That and something about Puss in Boots. I don't know what he's going on about. He actually believes it's a fucking cat that wears boots and a hat.
So this is called. We're going to call it our paranormal book club.
Yeah, paranormal pages. Woo!
We might actually learn something. We might. Well, I'll read it. I won't understand it. That will be me. I won't understand it. But if you can think of any books, though, Dan, get it on the list, and we'll.
Yeah.
But I think if we do it every 2 months, me and Dan will come on, and we'll talk about this one. So I think by where are we now? March, April, end of May, beginning of June, we will be talking about this book.
If we're going to talk about books, shall I get a smoking jacket and pipe?
Yes, you can put your hat on.
Sit there. I've got one of those.
Hat on. Yeah. So that will be our first book. So we'll do a paranormal book club, and do you know what I think we should also read? Which we should put on the list is it called The Black Alchemist? The Dark Alchemist? I'll have to ask William about that one.
Oh,
The Dark Alchemist, The Black Alchemist. Just to mix it up a little bit.
Is that what you call it? Is that a fictional book? That one?
I don't know. But somebody kept saying to me, "You need to read this book." I'm thinking, okay, I've got so many books. I mean, there's some of my books. I've got another book club bookcase there, and hardly.
I use a reference now. I don't hardly read. I've read them, put them to the side. Then if I need a reference something, I go, "Oh, I'll have a look in that book." They're very handy for that.
Yeah, but I think this is a great book to start off with.
That's a superb book. That is a superb book.
So it means no more serial killers for me in the morning. I've got to get in and do an hour every day.
Start reading that. There's a lot you can get. There's something that you can probably get on there. There's something called Borrow Box. So it's a local library thing. And then what you can do, you go on, it's online, and then you just go into it, and then you can put whatever book you want and the author, and then what it'll do if it's got a copy, or it'll get you a copy, and then you can just read off that for free.
That's cool.
Mad Max. I love the Mad Max films.
Hi, Nicola.
Hello, Nicola. You just got home from work.
Whoa.
Ring, ring.
Yes, I hope your work went well.
Yeah, you can't beat a non-fiction, but I do like the odd fiction book, but I get a bit bored with it, really. So I just watched the start of You Two Think You. Oh, bless you.
I'm not a legend. I'm just mental.
I'm nothing. I'm no one.
Don't talk dirty. You get more viewers.
I hope we can learn things. Yeah. I think, and it's good in it because you can. The thing about these things, paranormal books and stuff like that, it's good with a book club because it allows you to see it from somebody else's eyes as well. So you can think, I didn't think of that. That's a cracking idea. Or yeah, that's a really good, So it allows you to learn through other people.
Or if you don't want to buy the books, or you just want to hear what the reviews and what we're talking about first before you buy it.
Yeah.
But I'll give
you a bit of a synopsis on that book. I mean, that book it was one of the first. I bought so many paranormal books over the years, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of them I've got rid of because it's either bollocks or it's nonsense. I mean, he's an actual parapsychologist. He knows what he's done about. He's put in his time and his hours. He's a very, very well versed man. He's very educated. He's a very nice fella as well. He's not as good looking as me, but he can't have everything. But yeah, he's lovely man. But the thing about Callum is that his books, that book, I picked it up and I read it, and it was like I was absolutely absorbed by it because it's about people making connections beyond the veil using technology, and of course, most of it comes through telephones. And the thing is,
Don't
well,
give
I
it away.
guess no. I think a lot of people have probably had or know somebody that's had an experience with the telephone that could be paranormal. I certainly know 2 or 3 people that have had it. You had one. You had a couple, didn't you? Didn't you and me did an investigation years ago when the phone rang, but it wasn't
At
even
the Galleries
connected.
of Justice.
Wasn't even connected.
It wasn't even connected, and the
Yeah.
phone rang, and
The phone rang, but it wasn't even connected.
everyone was scared to answer it, so I did.
Yeah, yeah. And then you
funny.
said, "Piss off," and you hung up, didn't you?
Well, no, because I answered the phone. I said, hello, because as soon as I answered, it stopped ringing like a normal phone would. And it wasn't even like a phone of today. It was one of those old-fashioned phones.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
picked
yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. It was just nothing. It was dead. I went, I'll piss off then, and put the phone down.
That reminds me of old Abbott and Costello. He goes, yeah, you don't say. Really? You don't say. You don't say. You don't say. No, you don't say. And he hangs up and he goes, what did he want when he didn't say?
yeah. I should have done that, shouldn't I?
But yeah, but I guess everybody's either had it, or most people had an experience, or they know somebody that's had an experience, which I think is what makes it quite interesting. And I can see how, somebody put a post on Facebook yesterday, which I thought was quite good, about, was yesterday or the day before, but it was about technology and the stuff that we use today. And it was true that a lot of people don't know what they don't know how to use the stuff that they've got. And 9 times out of 10, that stuff won't work anyway, because people tried it and it just doesn't, and what you get in are false positives and all that stuff. But I agree with that. I agree with that fully. And that's something that annoys you, isn't it? People got the equipment, but they don't know what it does.
I was about to say goodbye.
G'day. G'day.
Oh, let me tell you what happened to me. Oh my God. My friend, my co-worker was with me, and she was crying down the phone in the car. I got a phone call, one of these scammer calls, and I always answer the phone. And I got given this advice from our lovely Catherine in Cat in the Net. So I answered the phone. Good evening, Bell's Massage Parlour. How can I help you? You got the dough? We've got the hoe. And it went, can I speak to Vivian? And I said, I'm sorry, we've got no girl called Vivian Powell working here. Have you been on the internet and looked at our menu? What?
You should know the terms.
Oh my God. He was like, oh, well, what internet site? I said, well, Bell's Massage Parlour, obviously. I said, we've got a menu and prices on there. So it just cuts out all the faff. Well, what if I want the basic? And I said, well, the basic will, it depends what day of the week you want to do it. And I said, and it depends on the girl that you want. Then he asked for a girl called Maxine. Is she available on a Saturday? And I said, yes. I said, £555 for the full hour on a Saturday with Maxine. How much? She's gone, what if I only want half an hour? I was thinking, get off.
So you can have
phone.
Harriet hand job. She's only a tenner, but she's got no taste.
But I was just like trying to get him off the phone. In the end, I had to cut him off the phone because it was getting ridiculous.
Oh, it's funny though, isn't it? I love it.
My God. He wanted to keep me on the phone to talk about what services, how much, could Maxine...
And then you realised, Jamie, you dirty little bastard, get off.
Yeah. But then I said to him, look, just get on the website, have a look on the menu, and then call me back. And the bugger, I hung up. The bugger only called me back, didn't he? I thought, you're just having a laugh.
How weird would that be if he actually found the website? Got all the books I want. I bet you got loads of them, William.
Yeah. I bet he's got a whole library of his own.
William's sometimes he puts them on Facebook when he gets a real book, and that's some real crackers, real good ones.
Yeah.
Real good ones. Got some very rare crowd. Oh, but they're interesting.
Yes.
They're like gold dust now, and you can hardly get hold of them. And if you can, they're a lot of money.
If you get these old books, aren't you supposed to have one of those pillows that you sit it on, so you don't actually open it up?
They're for ancient books, aren't they? I think they're for like hundreds of years old.
I've got a book here that's about 100 years old.
You mean have white gloves, aren't you?
And
With the
and
old
you've got to
ones,
have
cotton.
weights to hold the pages
That's
down.
right. Yeah. I think they're the really ancient books, you know.
Well, I've got a book here. It's a book of poetry by a naughty man.
It's quite really good.
That's really old. It's really old. It's not rude. It's not blue. He was just
That's where everybody's mind went there.
not pornographic in any way.
That's where everybody's mind went. I bet it's filth.
Hang up and
Hang up
block.
and
Oh,
block.
that's the phone.
Agree.
Yeah,
Agree.
and gloves.
Yeah, and gloves, Kelly.
Not marigolds.
No.
They got to be the soft gloves.
I could tell you a story about marigolds, but it's fucking. It's funny.
Did you blow one up and put it over your head?
No, I used to work with a bloke years ago. We nicknamed him Marigold because his wife went out with her friends for the evening. Don't know, went to the pub or whatever. And he thought, what would be a good idea is not to make any noise. So to put some headphones into the TV and watch a porn film. But he took all his clothes off and he put some Marigold gloves on. Then he put some lube and he's there doing all this. Well, he hasn't heard the wife and her friends walk in, has he? So they're all standing behind him in the lounge and he's knocking one out with his Marigold gloves on. Nothing else. Pair of Marigold gloves and his socks. And the fucking wife's behind him with all her mates. And after that, we just nicknamed him Marigold. Of course, his wife couldn't wait to tell us all.
Oh my God. That is just bad.
I know.
Oh,
I've never been so embarrassed. I mean, he was never so embarrassed. He's like, White gloves. We're still talking about the phone call.
No. No phone calls.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah, we definitely. We just go from one to the other. Did he go? I have no idea, Kelly. But I think his wife was telling us, and she was pissing herself. Of course, wrong thing to tell all his workmates.
Yeah.
Because he never lived it down. Plus, every time he left and went for another job, we went and made sure that they found out that he was called Marigold. So, and why?
Do you know when you say that, I think of Marigold from In Sickness and in Health.
Oh, that was the black fella, wasn't
it? Yeah.
That's brilliant. He was the gay guy, wasn't he? He was the gay fella,
yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
He said, yes, Buana. That's what he was
Buana. Yes, Buana.
Buana. He went.
Yeah. I loved that.
That was great.
Yeah,
that was
so,
good old
so that's something interesting and something worthwhile that we're going to try and do.
Definitely.
And we're going to try. Oh my God. But we're going to try and. Oh, hang on.
Probably small ones, Robert, I would think. He had tiny hands, but my word, they were fast.
We're going to try and do something really interesting and then have a discussion. And this is one of the ideas that Dan and I were talking about, doing a paranormal book club, because we got so many books. We just thought we'll try and do something and bring some interesting stuff to you guys, rather than us just talking bollocks all the time.
We're going to have to do one of Jonathan Downes' books, otherwise we'll never get the last of it.
Oh, we'd have to have Jonathan Downes on when we review his book.
Yeah.
Shall we do that?
Yeah. I'm going to piss him off because I say, well, a lot of it I don't agree with. I think it's obviously written by somebody who hasn't really doesn't know what they're doing.
But he knows what we're like anyway. But his books are really thick. His books are really thick.
He knows.
Don't tell him that, for Christ's sake.
No. Don't.
So at the end of every month, on the end of every month, on a Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, Jonathan Downes is going to be joining us when we're going to do this. We're going to call it the Cryptid Corner. And
Cryptid Corner. It's Cryptid Corner. Who's that furry bloke over there? It's Cryptid Corner. It's Cryptid Corner.
But
he's tall and he's full of hair.
he goes down so many rabbit holes, and we end up talking about all sorts of shit. But sometimes we do get little smidgets of information from Jonathan, and he is a very knowledgeable man. So
he is very knowledgeable.
But just to let you know, though, Dan, This week I am published.
Oh, what in?
My article that I wrote for the CFZ.
Oh, has he published it?
This week it gets published.
Jolly good.
So for those that don't know, I did a little I did some research for the CFZ, and I can now talk about it at Castle Ring in Cannock Chase. And I wrote up the reports and everything, and it's published in the CFZ news journal, or they call it the periodical. You can get it off their websites, or you can buy it on Amazon. So it's not just my stuff; there's all sorts of stuff in there. But I'm in this periodical, and I've written my little report. But I do have to go up and do a follow-up report. So I'm going to take Dan with me when I go and do the follow-up. But Dan, you're going to have to behave yourself because we're going back to a dogging site.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant.
We have to get some security jackets and a cap and make out with security. Security.
Get myself a police hat and a torch. Who's there? Who's there?
So yeah,
down.
Put the marigolds down. So yeah, it's just a follow-up from that. So yeah, it's going to be fun when we go back. But yeah, we got to go back.
True, Kelly.
Jonathan Ross. He does he did have a new paranormal show, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
I know his wife. What's her name?
She's good. Now
she's really into it, isn't she? She's proper into the paranormal. Jane.
Who's that then? I got bullied into it, Kelly.
Oh, there you go. Nico's got the security stuff.
Nico should come out with us. He should come with us. Yes, pig mask, pair of wellies.
That's my weekend outfit.
So, Dan, you need to write up some stuff and chuck it in the CFZ, seeing you're one of their researchers.
Yeah, I might do. Depends how the wind takes me.
What kind of wind? Botty wind?
Yeah, farty wind. Yeah, definitely farty wind.
Farty wind.
Farty wind.
Farty hurdy-gurdy.
Hurdy-gurdy. So yeah, that should be good. I'm looking forward to that, doing the books and stuff. I mean, that should be... Yeah, and everybody can join in then, can't they? And it's, you know...
So if people have the book at home and you want to join in the conversation, we can even bring you in front of camera if that's what you want to do. We don't mind, you know. Even if you just want to come on for 5 minutes, we don't mind.
Nothing wrong with Paranormal Book Club. Be pretty good.
Paranormal Book Club.
Don't fart, they might put you down. That's true. That is very true. That is
very
true.
Kelly,
I
kid you not. We had a guy on here. It was a couple of years ago now, wasn't it, Dan? There was a guy on here offering me money to fart on camera.
That was yes. That's right. That's right.
It was just so funny. It's the funniest thing that has ever happened on one of these shows.
That's right. And we've had
we kept blocking him. He kept coming back. Yeah.
For some reason, he wouldn't take me up on my offer that I would do it for a tenner. It was too much. That was just so funny. So, yes.
Have you got any news in the paranormal? What's going on in the paranormal? Have you seen anything? Heard anything?
Well, I've been keeping my finger on the pulse of the cryptids, obviously. I mean, that's the sort of avenue I've gone down now, more than ghosts and stuff, although I love ghosts and stuff like that. But the thing is that there's lots of different theories and different ideas as to where these creatures are emanating from. But there seems to be an uptick in them in certain parts of the States now, more than there has been.
You know what? Silent ones are silent but deadly.
I know that I'm getting a little bit older because now I fart when I walk.
Do you fart with each stride?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like a duck. You know when you get a duck and it goes, wah, wah, and then you fast, it goes wah, 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 like that. In my house. I've got a duck ass.
I suppose it's better than having duck lips.
That's true. That's true. But yes, there's been, as I say, there's been quite an uptake of it in certain parts of the States and that. I don't know about over here. See, the thing is, a lot of these channels, I don't go and watch the channels. I'll watch channels where people talk about their experiences, but I won't watch channels where people go out there and have these run-ins with these, because 99.9% of the time it's bollocks. What somebody said.
I just have these visions of your old man in the car pissing in the seat. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
What was I saying? I forgot what I was
I
saying.
don't know. I'm just like, it's Rob's fault. It's Rob's fault. I'll put you off.
All I can think of is some old girl wetting herself.
And not saying anything. Sorry. Carry on.
I don't know what I was saying now. Bloody Rob. I don't. Oh!
Oh, God.
I used to have an aunt who pissed on the seat. Trouble was, I was sitting at the same time. That reminds me of the old joke. When you, how do you know when you shit yourself? Because you go up 3 inches in your car seat.
Oh, God.
Your head touch. Oh, it's really taking a bad turn now, isn't it?
It is. Well, we're talking about paranormal stuff, and it's just gone completely.
I know. It's bloody Robert, isn't it?
It's Robert's fault. We're going to lose 3 viewers.
We're not innocent. It's thrown. I'll tell you what, it's derailed by some popo.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
normally rich people, normally people with plenty of money and sophisticated background, normally the perverts, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know.
So what was you saying? What was you talking about, Dan, before we got rudely interrupted by
It was about cryptids, wasn't it? It was about cryptids.
Yeah,
cryptids. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, so I was saying I don't follow a lot of these. I don't follow channels where people are having the experiences as you. I mean, obviously it's occasional, but with cryptids and that, if they're out there looking for cryptids, then no. Did see some footage recently, which is still being. See, the trouble is with AI. It's getting so good now that it's impossible to tell whether it's reality or not. Do you know what I mean? But I have seen some video recently. It's on YouTube actually, where guys set out a camera in a woods, and it's got to the point now where AI is so good that even if it was real, you'd never know if it was real or not. So it could be real, but people are always now going to call it out as AI. So they've made it, since AI has been introduced, it's made people much more skeptical of things.
Yeah.
So what could be real, all of a sudden, might not be. Or if it is, it could be real, but they make out it wouldn't be. Wet as pots. But I saw one of a Bigfoot, and it looked to be a proper Bigfoot face, and it came up to the camera, and you could see it looking around like that. And I'm saying, you wouldn't. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But you can't say that it is, even if it is, because with AI, it's fucking ruined the whole game, isn't it? AI.
Yeah.
It's completely thrown everything out of the. I mean, even with paranormal stuff, as AI gets better, how are you going to be able to tell the difference between something that's real and something that's not?
But the thing is, I mean, this is what I don't understand. Why would you want to fake something? Surely you'd want to be that one person that caught the real deal. Do you know what I mean?
I think they want to fake it because it's likes and it's subs and they get good. I mean, they get good money. Not the smaller YouTubers, but obviously once they get up into the hundreds of thousands, even 70 or 80,000, you can start coining in some really good money. For a real one, yeah, exactly, Kelly. Who knows? You know, who knows? It's. I don't know. The older I get, the more skeptical I become of people's experiences. But I always said it's not the paranormal that I'm dubious of; it's people's interpretation of it.
Thing is, so Kelly, I've caught on camera, on film, stills camera. I've used all sorts of cameras, done all sorts of investigations, and I've caught what they call the thing that we all want, a full apparition. And I've had so many of them without trying to fake it, and being with the right people under the right conditions, you get more. I think these people that go to these big events and follow people around like sheep, and it's, oh, we'll get the Ouija board out, and that's not going to prove anything to you. You know, I mean, I don't get me wrong, I love Ouija boards. I've got so many of them here. I love collecting Ouija boards, but I will not do a Ouija board on an investigation unless I 100% trust the person that I'm doing it with. Dan, we did an Ouija board together. I'm going to have to just say this quickly because it's well funny. Yeah. We did a Ouija board, but we did it correctly and not the way that other people are showing you how to do it. So
because we wanted to know the reality, didn't we? We wanted the reality of it and not somebody pushing it.
So me and Dan are sitting there, both of us with our eyes shut, and I trust Dan to shut his eyes, because when I say shut your eyes, he shuts his eyes, and me as well. We shut our eyes. We're doing this. The planchette is going mental. Of course, I open my eyes to look to see if Dan's pushing it, and he's not pushing it. And then I take my finger off, and I'm just watching it. And it's just Dan with his one finger is going all over the place. And Dan, I said, make sure you're touching it really lightly. So the finger is just barely on it. Seriously, it's moving. Dan's finger isn't moving, right? And I'm watching Dan, and Dan is accusing me of all sorts. Vivian, are you fucking moving it?
Because I still have my eyes closed, didn't I?
I said, Dan, open your eyes. And as he's opened his eyes, his finger's off of it, and the planchette's moving on its own.
Still moving on its own. And do you know what? I always used to call Ouija boards out for being, it's like bollocks, it's a bit of wood, it's this and it's that. After that, that threw me that day, because I didn't want to go back on it again, because it was like, well, hang on.
Shit himself.
Yeah, because I was like, well, hang on. If these things are real, if these things actually do work like people have said they work, then I need to rethink this. And yeah, it threw me, because it was like, well,
it was just so funny. Dan went, no, put it away. I'm not doing that.
No,
put it away. It was
the first word out of my mouth when I saw it was, oh, fuck. When it, that was the first word out, oh, fuck. Dan. And that was it. And it was like, oh, no.
I've got an experiment for me and you to do. In fact, if Jay's around, we'll have 3 in the circle. I want a number of Ouija boards, the same type of Ouija board.
Yeah, you were saying. Yeah, we need to do that.
And I want 3 of us to sit inside the circle, back to back, with a finger on a Ouija board, on the board, not a planchette, on the board. Have our sight taken away, so we'll be blindfolded, and then have camera on us, and then we call out questions one by one and see if the boards move.
Yeah, you don't know though, do you? That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah, because I'm thinking, some of this stuff that people it was always called out as bollocks. It makes you rethink it, because obviously, if Ouija boards then go against the grain of what you think and prove to be real, then what else is real? What other art, like divination and stuff like that? Who knows?
Yeah,
I believe that anyway, but.
Yeah, it was moving on its own, and Dan absolutely shit himself. I was just sitting there looking down, watching it.
Fucking thing was moving, wasn't it? And it was like, cool. And that was in Kelvin and Hatch Bunker, wasn't it?
No, I know, but it just gives it a bit of an extra energy, I suppose. If it wants it, it can come and take it through the board. If we put it into our fingers into the board, I suppose, and it can take it from the
thing
cord,
is, though,
rather
Kelly,
than
it was
direct them up.
moving when we weren't touching it. It was carried on moving.
Yeah.
That was what, you know,
Right,
because
to
even if
stop
I'd
it,
have
didn't
seen
I?
it move, I thought, no, I'm not doing that. But then in my mind, I've been thinking, well, maybe I am. Maybe it's some sort of auto motion thing. Maybe I'm doing it and I'm not realizing I'm doing it. But when you take your finger off and
it's still moving.
still doing it, and it's doing it with intelligence, then it's time to, to reevaluate what is real and what isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No reason they
But
can't.
the thing is, when we was watching it moving on its own, it wasn't spelling anything out. It was just moving all over the place. It was erratic. It wasn't actually spelling anything.
I think the thing that I've evaluated now recently, and I've thought, when people say, oh, do you know what? Perhaps they're not doing this because they haven't got the energy. They're a fucking ball of energy. All they are is energy. So you can't tell me that, oh, well, they need more energy. They are energy. Maybe
they need our energy.
But I think they don't need any energy because they are energy in themselves. Your spirit, everything about you is energy. So you don't need to rely on. It's like the thing with electricity. Maybe they use it as a conduit or what have you, but I don't think they use it to like you've got these.
No, Jamie was home that day. Oh dear, poor Jamie.
Yeah, that was at the Kelvin Hatch.
We can pick on Jamie if we want to. Don't you stick up for him. Poor bloke needs help. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah, it was a good evening. But it's true, and it makes you reevaluate things. It's just, I think, do you know what? The more I'm thinking now that everything that I've thought, or a lot of stuff that I thought, can just be thrown out.
Yeah.
That it's maybe not that. It's not what we think it is. It's not what we think it is. It's not. Even to the point of saying, well, is this a group of spirit or energy, or is this one particular energy that's playing with you?
I've got a ghost in this room. Do you want to see it?
Go on.
This ghost is called Ooh.
Ooh?
Not Boo, just
like
Ooh.
Boo?
No, just Ooh.
Hey!
That's Ooh.
That's Ooh. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's the whole with the UFO thing. I don't know. That sort of died a death now, isn't it? With the drones and stuff.
Well, yeah.
There's not much talk about that now, is there? And it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Because Steve Mera has been reporting on some strange UFO phenomenon activity. I can't say a word. Phenomenon activity. Yeah, and it's all come out in that edition of Phenomenon magazine.
Good magazine, yeah.
And he's doing some really big, extensive work on the internet. Have a look at his YouTube because it's all on there. And I know that he's got some ufologists talking at his awakening. He's got an awakening con coming up, and it's such a shame that we can't go, Dan, because we're going to be at the Cryptic that weekend.
I think there's a connectivity there for everything. I think it's all linked to one. It all links to one string, and I think it all goes back to the same source.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm just spitballing, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you smell, you could smell her, couldn't you? Come in if she's weird herself all the time.
Doctor Who. Do tell Robert. Yeah, absolutely, Kelly. It's exactly. Yeah. It's.
God.
I mean, I believe it completely. I mean, I've experiences and stuff that it can't be anything that clearly, for want of a better description, ghosts, spirits, energies.
Do you know what
entities.
when we've been in places ghost hunting and you smell the smell of sulphur. Oh, there's an evil spirit here. He brings in this smell of sulphur. Me and Dan sat there. It's just him farted.
Yeah. We've been eating eggs.
And then there's been times when me and Dan, there has only just been me and Dan. Dan, can you smell that? Is that you? What do you mean, is that me? Have you farted, Dan? No, I can't smell nothing. And then Dan will smell it. Oh, that's disgusting. Viv, have you farted? No, I was asking you if you farted.
Yeah, sometimes you get it, don't you? I don't necessarily know if that's always... People say this law is linked to... that's evil, that is. And I think, well, is it? I don't know.
Not. It says somebody farted.
It could be... Yeah. I mean, thing is, volcanoes smell like sulphur, don't they? But they're not what you would call evil, would you? They're nature. No. It's like, I think people subscribe their own beliefs to things, don't they?
Yeah.
So one man's meat could be another man's poison, so to speak,
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think it's good that if you can get somewhere where all these religions just get on together. Well, I think most religions tend to, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's just a spirit fart smell. That's what it is.
Is it? They might be able to. They might be able to.
Spirit farts. Why can't they? Because they bring in the smell of cigarettes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've smelled tobacco. Clearly, the same tobacco my dad used to smoke, and I've not been thinking about him. And it's just like in bed or something. You go, I can smell bloody tobacco. Like I can smell my dad's tobacco. Well, it's who knows. It's quite a comforting smell, actually. Is it wet?
And if you could light a match.
Go whoosh.
Oh, dear. No, but it's questions, isn't it? It's all that we're asking these questions rather than listening to, sorry if you're one of them, but rather than listen to idiots saying, oh, I can smell sulphur, it means it's evil, and because they don't understand something, they get everyone out, shut the door, you can't go in there.
Yeah. And that's another thing I never understood as well. And I used to think, well, why? Or shadow people, they're demons, they're negative, they're bad. And I'm thinking, well, who decided that? Where was the meeting where you all decided that? Because I don't remember being invited to it. But all of a sudden you hear about it and you think back and think, oh, that was Bagans, wasn't it? You mentioned that once. Yeah. Or that was Most Haunted who talked about that bollocks once. And now everybody's run away with the idea. If you want to listen to experts, listen to... Because an expert will tell you, I don't know.
Well, here's another thing that's happened recently that I spotted in... I've got to tell you about this, Dan, because you'll think it's amazing. Tony Sepra, who's got the Annabelle doll.
Oh, yeah. Has he still got that?
Yeah, he's still got that. But he's put 666 bottles of bourbon in with the Annabelle doll over a period of time. And he's numbered all the bottles. And now he's selling them. And people are saying, how dare he make money out of this, blah, blah. I'd buy a bottle of it and drink it. It wouldn't bother me. Yeah,
it's just a bottle, isn't it? A bottle of booze, isn't it?
Yeah, it don't matter.
There's the thing online, you can buy like bits of the Queen Mary and stuff, like little flakes of paint off of her, and if it is indeed off of her. But there's lots of things you can buy. You know what? I know people that have had paranormal stuff at home and they've never had an experience or anything at home in their lives.
No.
Burn your eyebrows.
What, lighting your farts? I talk about lighting your farts and burning your bum hairs.
Did anybody do that as a kid in school?
You know what colour it burns?
Light your fart.
It burns green. I've seen it.
We used to do it. I was thinner then, a lot thinner. And you put your legs up in the air and you make it light your arse as you're farting.
We've all done silly things like that. Yeah,
I left school with about no education but a pair of burnt trousers.
He's literally selling spirits, yeah.
Oh, like it, Sarah. Like
good one. That's a good one.
But you know what? I think I mean, to me, it's a bollocks. But
dark.
to be honest, if people want to buy it, let them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Giving... No! You're joking.
Giving cement as the person's ashes. Whoa. That's bad.
What are they doing with the bodies then?
So they've done them on a mass furnace or something, most probably.
Giving cement. I'll tell you what, though, it's all very well, isn't it? Until it rains and the urn leaks, and then all of a sudden your fucking granddad comes out in a block. There's granddad over there, the brick.
That's horrible for people that are grieving, though.
That's terrible, isn't it?
It is terrible.
How this, like, you know, how awful, how nasty. It's terrible,
Right.
isn't it? I know there's been places that people don't collect the ashes of some people, do they? I think that's very sad.
Yeah.
I think that's really, really sad that nobody to collect the ashes of someone. It's heartbreaking.
I'm just going to see who's on our show next week, Dan. I think we have a guest next week.
Oh,
let me just let everybody know. Oh, one sec. I'm not very good at this.
pardon me.
You farting?
No, burping. Excuse me. God, getting old, windy.
Right, it's still yet to be confirmed, but the last conversation I had, next week we are going to be joined by the two lads that are haunted scouse.
Oh, they're nice lads, them two lads.
And we'll have to take the piss out of them because they're from Liverpool.
They're good lads. They're good lads.
They go,
Here comes that ghost over there, isn't it? You see that ghost?
Look over there. That's how they talk. We'll rip into those boys. They won't know what's hit them.
This week we are mostly looking for dead people.
Dead people. We'll have to put on our shell suits, Dan.
And then big fluffy wig things and big perms. Hey, tell me, calm down.
Have you got one? Shall we do it?
Yeah. Calm down. All right, Buzz. What you got to say?
Oh, it's going to be absolutely mental next week, especially with Chris. I mean, rip into Chris as much as you like. Mark's
they're a good couple of lads, them actually.
Mark's the sensible one, like me. I'm the sensible one out of us two.
Oh, I'm a complete fucking numpty. I'm a lunatic. I'm not right. My mum used to look at me and say, "You ain't right, boy," and she was right, absolutely right.
You never know. We could go out on an investigation, them two and us two, in somewhere not where there's no public, and we'll have to film it and just see what happens. That would be so funny.
Liverpool's got some pretty good haunted areas, isn't it? Pretty paranormal stuff going on there.
But we'll see. This is a conversation to be had with them at another time.
Yes, definitely. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry.
Right, so we got some last messages in here.
His fridge broke down and he had bodies piled up. Bloody... What? What? Was this in Australia or America?
Wow.
Or over here. Could have been. Who knows? Bodies piled up in the front. Bloody hell.
That's disgusting.
You should have got into golf when you left school. You already had a hole in one. The families are so upset thinking I had to... Yeah, that's got to be terrible, isn't it?
That is so bad.
The thing is, right, I mean, surely Accrington Stanley, wow. Accrington Stanley. The thing is, you've got to be concerned that when your time comes and you pop over, what the fuck's going to be waiting for you?
Yeah.
If you've done that shit, what, you know what I mean? There's got to be some sort of payoff, isn't there? Payback. That's what concerned me. You know, what the hell You know, it's all very well in this life, but in the next one, it might not
Well,
be so easy for you.
Apparently, Andy is going to have me wrapped in a white sheet with chains, my head cut off,
Oh yes,
and
yes,
I'm going to be buried vertically.
like a witch.
Well, I won't have a head, but I'll be down that way, like that.
Like some sort of witch.
Yeah, and I think he's going to stake my heart as well. He was talking about all sorts of shit. I said to him, "You want to hope that I go before you then, because you don't want to know what I'm going to do to your body."
That'd be cool, though, wouldn't it? I always thought being sent out into space would be cool.
Well, no, I'm thinking of selling body parts.
Yeah,
I'm sure Mr. Fifth Corner would buy
you could,
some.
yeah, you could
Make
do.
a bit of money off
You
of
never
him.
know where half of these body cards come from, do you? That's the thing. You never know where they come from. You know, it's a weird world we live in. Well, the world, as my dad used to say, there's nothing wrong with the world. It's the mentalists that live in it that you got to be worried about.
Exactly. Right. So on this note, we've gone over by 15 minutes.
Ooh,
Ooh. We don't care.
We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care. We don't give monkeys.
We don't care. We don't care if you got.
We don't care if you come round here. Got my beer on the sideboard here. We don't care if you come round here. Well, don't look now, mate. You miss coming here. It's coming with something you ain't upon a beer.
We are going to be doing some Cockney stuff with a man from Alaska.
Oh yes.
He's coming over, and we're going to take him to the East End. We may or may not go live with him. But when he's here in May, we will not be doing a show because we'll be out entertaining. And instead, we may just go live for the sake of it and show you what we're up to with him. But we are hoping to visit some very interesting places.
Sorry,
and see
excuse
and see if we can get him to shit his pants.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. If he doesn't, we'll take Jamie. He's bound to.
So we're back next week. Hope you can tune in, everyone, with Haunted Scouts. And if not, it will be me and Dan chatting shit again.
Yeah, we'll be more prepared next week. We were expecting a guest, but we didn't really, obviously, clearly.
But we had good intentions. We did talk about mountain spirits, so
that's true. That's very true.
We did give it a go, but we fell flat on our face because we don't know.
As we often do, as we always do. Never mind.
Right,
you lot. Thanks ever so much.
Week. Take care, everyone.
Next week.
Rimmer, come and say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, Rimmer. Bye. Bye.